All right, everybody. I was planning on being in today, but then my son had to get an MRI, and well, you're at the mercy of those people. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over all of the material that I would be going over as if I'd be in the classroom. So what you're going to need is the dimensional analysis problems that we were working on the other day. So we're going to pick up right where 2A is. If your class did 2A and B already, well, you can just kind of fill in and then we'll go from there, okay? You can check your work. So starting out for 2A, it says that you have a cruise ship leaving for a 610 league adventure. Well, that's your number, 610. So where does the number go? It goes in the top left right here. So we're going to put 610 leagues. Let's just abbreviate that. So whatever that unit of measurement is right here, as I said before, you have to copy that exact same thing in down here. So we don't know what it changes into. To be honest, I haven't looked at this to see what a league can be changed into, but what do we have to make it? We have to make it, it says, how many nautical miles is this? All right, so that's what we need to end up with over here. This needs to say nautical miles. All right, so as always, you're going to be given the units of measurement. So, or the conversion factors, I should say. So what we have to do is look at our list here, and we need to find where league is at. Well, league is right here in the yellow. So we'll highlight it here, boom, this wing right here. All right, so if 1 league, now I'll do it with this one, but I'm hoping that you guys are going to pick up on this, that if this is the conversion, 1 league equals 5,280 yards. All right, what are we going to do with this? Well, it's a matching game. Don't take and tell me that this is math. This is not math. This is matching. So if you have this conversion factor right here, and I put this unit of measurement down, I'm going to match them. So you match it up. 1 league is there. That means the rest of the conversion factor has to go up top. Now, this is not math. This is just a simple following instructions. Whatever is in the top left, that has to go in the bottom right. So that's going to be yard. Well, what do we need to change yard to? We need to change yards to nautical miles. But in the top, does it show us anywhere here that a yard, does it go to nautical miles? No. But a yard here says that we can change it to feet. And if you notice something, look at this. Feet to nautical miles. So I need to make 2 changes. So if we have 1, now based on that table, 1 yard equals 3 feet, it's matching. It's matching is all this is. So I take the conversion factor, I match it right up with what the units are, and what goes on the top, the rest of it. All right, we've not done any math with this at all yet. So we have feet, all right? So if my unit is there, that means that it has to go down here. So I'm going to put feet in right here. And then it says that 1 nautical mile equals 6076.11549 feet. I think somebody went a little overboard with that one. All right, so if we have our feet, and this is where I'm saying, I'm going to move this over a little. Somebody went a little overboard with our converting. So we're just going to plug in feet to feet, right like that, see? And that means that the nautical mile part goes up top. All right, infamous question. What do we do from here? I don't understand. I got it all set up. I don't know what to do. Well, we're going to put it in right now. Anything on the top, you multiply. So 610 times 5280 times 3. Now, you don't have to put in the times 1, but I'm just going to do this for the sake of proving a point that you multiply everything across the top. You hit enter. Now what we're going to do is divide it by anything on the bottom. So let's just go through this. I'm going to go divided by 1. All right, that's this part right here. All right, now if it was a different number, you'd have that other number in there, but it's not. So then you'd go divided by, and then you have to put in this number here, 1, hit enter. Now we get to the last one right here, that's on the bottom, so we have to divide it. So divided by 6076.11549 equals, all right, and there's our answer. Okay, so you'd have 1,590 nautical miles. All right, now at this point, I'm not going to go through and do all of the answers. I'm going to help you set them up, and then it's up to you to multiply and divide it out. All right, now that's the math part. The math part is you punching those numbers into the calculator, and to be quite honest, that's something that you should be able to do without having any assistance with that, okay? So let's go to 2B here. 2B says, later the ship is discovered at 38 fathoms. So we're going to put the number, 38 fathoms, whatever that unit is, all right? Before I even look at the rest of this, I know that I have to put my fathoms, my fat, right here, okay? So put the fathoms down there, and what's this thing wanting us to change it to? Well, it says here, change it to meters. So I'm going to put the unit, meter, right there. Okay, we got to go to our conversion list. All right, we need to change from fathoms. Oh, there's a, I don't know how I did that. That's pretty sweet. Look at that. Woo. All right, we'll get rid of that. All right, so you have fathoms that we're going to have to change this to meters. And I see right here, I see fathoms to feet. I don't see any fathoms anywhere else, so that means I have to put in the 1 fathom. 1 fathom. What's the rest of that? 6 feet. All right, now, whatever the unit is up top, we need to put it down at the bottom right here. So I'm going to put in feet. All right, now I need to change feet to meters. All right, so if we're looking at feet to meters, I've got that on my list. If you don't have it on yours, put it down. Okay, so right here, you have 3.28 feet equals 1 meter. So I'm going to match. 3.28 feet, 1 meter, and you're all set. So what do? We multiply the 38 times 6, hit enter on the calculator, and then divide by 3.28. All right, that's going to be your answer. Let's go to letter C here. Fortunately, you've survived. You are stranded on a desert island that is located 12.5 degrees north. All right, so let's put that in here. 12.5 degrees. You know what? I'm going to write in degrees just so that way we have something that's a nice, easy thing to look at here. All right, whatever is in the top left, we're going to put in the bottom right. So DEG. All right. Now what are we changing this thing to? It says we got to change this to kilometers, so KM. All right. Got to go to our list. So if I'm looking at my list here, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Boop. All right. So I need to find degrees. Where is degrees at? Degrees is right here, and that's going to be changing to miles. So let's put that in here. All right. I know that it says 1 degree, so I'm going to put 1 degree. It says it equals 69.047 miles. All right. Now, I know I'm not to kilometers. That's all right. We're going to get there. So we got miles. That means that miles has to go down at the bottom. All right. Now, I need to go to my list again. Let's see. Do I have anything on here? We know that you got a kilometer is 1,000. That should be 1,000 meters there for that thing. I don't see anything else in here. So let's put this down. If we're looking at a mile, 1 mile, it's going to be equal to, let's round this thing off. Let's go 1.61 kilometers. All right, so when they say that you run a mile in track, you're not running a mile. All right, you're running less than that because you're only running 1,600 and a mile is more than that. So let's put this in. All right, so we've got that all set. What do? We multiply across the top. There isn't anything you have to divide by at the bottom. You're done. Okay, so that'll be all set for letter C. We go to D. It says that if you are rationed to 32 gills. All right, so let's put that down here. 32 gills. All right, now before I go any further, I don't even know what this thing is asking me to change it to, but I know that the unit gills has to go down here. All right. So what is it asking us to change it to? It's asking us to change it to right here. It says liters. So let's put it here. Liters. All right. Now we need to go to our conversion list and let's look at volume because a liter is talking about a volume. So if we're looking at this list, I see a gill, a unit for gills is here. So I'm probably going to have to use that one. And that's going to be changed to pints. So let's put this in. It would be 4 gills. So it says 4 gills equals 1 pint. All right, now if you have pint up here, now again, this isn't math. This is just you're following a simple instruction that you put pint down here. If it's in the upper left, you're going to put it in the lower right. It's a cross canceling that we're going to do. So what can we change a pint to? Well, if we're looking at our list, I got pints right here. I don't see pints anywhere else, so we're going to have to use that one. So we have 2 pints equals 1 quart. Let's just put down QT. Not QD, QT. There's no such thing as a cute thing in science. I don't know, maybe homework. Homework is cute. Oh, that's fun. All right, so you got QT here. Now, we're going to try to change quarts to liters. All right, so what do we have? All right, I got liter here. I got quarts there. That looks like a winner there. So, it says 1.0567 quarts is the equivalent of 1 liter, and you're all set. So what do? Well, you take in your calculator, and I'm going to do this one just because it's got multiple values in the denominator. So this you're going to go 32 divided by 4, hit enter. Divide that by 2, hit enter. Divide that by 1.0567, hit enter, and there's your answer. Now, excuse me, if you want to use some parentheses, it might save you a little bit of time because you go 32 divided by parentheses, and then you go 4 times 2 times 1.0. Oh, I put in the wrong thing. 1.0567, close it up. See, you get the same answer. So you just have to get used to using the calculator the right way, whatever way that you choose to, format that. Let's see, we're at letter E here. This is probably going to be the longest one by the looks of it. It goes all the way across the whole paper here. So let's start by reading what this number has for us. It says the island has an area of 3.5 townships. So we're going to go 3.5, we'll put it in. And look at this, some nice person even put in all of your units, so that way you can go through this quickly. All right, so let's go here, and you've got townships to square miles. Now, in the paper, you've got township to square miles. So we're going to have 1 township equals 36 square miles. Now, here's the part that you have to be really careful with, right? Because this thing is going from square miles, and then we're having to change it to square feet to square yards. So If it's squaring, that means you're going to do it twice. So if you have, let's see, what's our other distance? We got to go miles to feet. And miles to feet, we've got this value right here, 1 mile, 5,280 feet. So let's put that in. So we have 1 mile, 5,280 feet. Now, if you're going to do that and you have square miles, see, we have to take and cancel both of those out. So let me show you what I'm talking about when I say this. See, right here, you have 2 of these miles. All right, so why did I take and put mile and feet twice? Because you have 2 of these. So look, here, oh, let me change color. Let's go with green. So this guy right here, that's going to cancel out 1 of these, but you have 2 of them, remember? So that's why we put that down twice. So if we're going to go from our square feet to yards, we need to come over to our list. And I've got that right here at the bottom. 3 feet is equal to 1 yard, so we'll put that in. You have 3 feet, 1 yard, 3 feet, 1 yard. Why did I put down feet twice? You got 2 feet, don't you? No, it's because of this. You got foot, foot. You got foot, foot. All right, so when we multiply everything out across the top, so when you multiply across the top, what are you going to end up multiplying? You're going to end up multiplying this one and this one together. And what do you get when you multiply those 2 together? You get square yards. That's what you get. Okay, and you can punch those into the calculator yourself. Let's go to 2F. 2F. So it says that you've got to reach to the top of a palm tree for a coconut, and you're going to climb, let's see, we have 7.4 meters. And it says, how many hands tall is this? So hands over here. All right. So let's go to our, that's going to be length because we're talking about meters, distance. So let's look here. We have meters. We can change meters to, I know we can change it to feet. Is there anything else in here? I don't see it anywhere else. So we're going to have to change this thing to meters, or meters to feet first. So we have meter. We're going to put meter down here. So meter, I should have done that even before I looked at that chart, shouldn't I? So if we're going to look at that, you have 1 meter. It says right here that if I told you before, or if I didn't tell you before, make sure you write this down, okay? So you have 1 meter equals 3.28 feet. And again, where did I get that? From this, right here. All right, now, I have feet. I don't want feet. I want hands. So I've got to put feet down here to get rid of it. So I put feet, I'll put FT so that way I keep it similar. Oop, FT, T. Okay. So I need to find something that I'm going to change feet to. Let's see. Let's see here. We have here, this says hands and it says inches. So if that has inches, we don't need we don't need somebody to tell us this. If we're going to go to inches, we can go like inches here, because if inches can be converted into hands, let's change our feet into inches. So we have 1 foot is 12 inches. So let's change our color. You've got inches here. That means inches has to go down here. And now all of a sudden, do you see this? Look, boop, right there. 1 hand, 4 inches. So I'm going to put here 4 inches, 1 hand, and now we're just left at multiplying and dividing this thing out. We have 2G. 2G says that an island is rich with hot chili peppers. You can collect 1.6 pecks a day. How many liters could you collect in 1 week? All right, now this is going to get into what we would call a derived measurement, because you're going to have multiple things that you're going to be putting in together, like a numerator and denominator at the very beginning. So we're going to start with this thing. It says 1.6 pecks a day. That means per day. So you're going to have 1.6 pecks, and then that per means that you are dividing it. So per day, for every 1 day. This is why we want to use this bookshelf method, because it's going to make things so much easier. It's going to force you to put everything in the numerator and denominator properly. All right. Now, we need to change that to, I got ahead of myself. We need to change it to how many liters can you collect in 1 week. So you're going to have liters per week. Now you're going to have two things that you're going to have to convert with this. All right, let's do the easy one first. All right, now I said that this is going to be a derived one because you have multiple units that you're having to convert at the same time. So if we want to get rid of day here, that means just like before, you know, if we want to get rid of the pecks, see here, if you want to get rid of pecks, you have to put it down in the bottom right. So we'd put pecks here, no problem understanding that. But how about if we're trying to get rid of the day? Well, if we went from top left to bottom right to get rid of it, and we're trying to get rid of the day, that makes sense that we would go to the upper right for this one. All right, so we're going to put in here, we'll put in day. Nope. Let me move this over, because I said I wanted to do days first. So let's get rid of this for 1 second. Okay. What can you change a day to? Can you change a day to a week? Sure you can, because you know that 7 days equals 1 week. All right, so we match up our days just like before. This isn't, that is not, all of a sudden got messy. So we'll put our 7 days here, and we're going to put our 1 week down here. All right, now notice here. Look at this. Look at this. You have right here, it says week on the bottom, and we want week on the bottom over here. That's perfect. You're done with that part. So we got to get rid of this pecks thing. We got to change pecks to liters. So it was in the upper left. That means it's got to go into the lower right. Now, I had made a mistake at the beginning, and I put both of those conversions in the same spot. Okay, I had this thing right over here, but you can't do that because it's two different conversions. See, on this one right here, we're changing days. Okay, this one here, you're going to be changing volumes. So you can't have volumes changed into days or days changed into volume. That's why they have to be in separate spots. So let's go to our list. Our list here, what can we change a peck to? Let's change a peck to, where is peck at? Why am I, here it is, right here. All right, so you got pecks to bushels to quarts. I think a quart can be changed to, yeah, right here, a liter. So we need those two things. So a peck, you got 4, it says right here, 4 pecks. 4 pecks equals 32 quarts. Let's just abbreviate it, QT. All right, so we've got that part taken care of. Now let's get rid of the quart. Get rid of the quart. You put QT down here. What can we change it to? Well, right here it says 1.0567 quarts is the equivalent of 1 liter. All right. Now, if we got rid of all the highlighted stuff, the only two things that are standing in terms of units of measurement, you got weeks that's not crossed out, and you have liters that's not crossed out. Liters, weeks. You did everything correctly. So we're going to do maybe 1 or 2 more with this. And since these have that multiple conversions that have to take place, you have a numerator and a denominator. I put those in to get you started on them. All right. So I'm going to do one of them, and then from there, you're going to have to do the rest of them on your own. Okay. So it says here, it says each liter of air has a mass of 1.8 grams. How many liters of air are contained in 2.5 times 10 to the third kilograms of air? Now, do you notice something? The numbers that I gave you, that 1.8 grams, I've got that right down here at the bottom. It says each liter, I've got that for you up here. Now, the other number that I gave you in the problem is this. So where is that going to go? That is going to go right up here by itself. All right, so this one is not going to have anything more than just the 2.5 times 10 to the third. So we're going to leave it right like that. What we need is a conversion to change. What are we changing to? This just says how many liters are contained. So we got to get rid of this grams thing, because the only thing it wants us to have left, it says how many liters of air. So I want this over here to just be liters. Now, how do we do that? You got to get rid of the grams. You got to get rid of this thing. You got to get rid of this thing, right? So if you have a unit at the bottom and you want to get rid of it, where does it go? Top or bottom? Well, you have to cross it. Cross cancel, that means the gram goes up here, right? So I'm going to highlight this. Now here's the cool thing. You're trying to get rid of the kilogram also, because the only thing the problem said it wanted you to have in your answer right here, it only wants you to have liters. So I can only have liters. I can't mess with this thing, but I have to get rid of the kilogram. So the kilogram, it's in the top right. So to get rid of it, you need to put it into the bottom left. So you're always crossing these values. So you're crossing these things to get rid of them, okay? So kg. All right. Now, we don't need to go to that conversion table. 1 kilogram equals how many grams? 1,000. All right, so what have we accomplished here? What have we accomplished? Well, I did set up the initial part where I gave you the units of measurement in the right spot. But what we did is we got rid of the grams here and here, crossed out. All right, those are gone. Kilograms here, they're canceled out. The only thing that you're left with is liters. All right, so what you have is, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 problems that you have to work out on your own. You can see the setups for these already in the spots. All right, so what you're going to have to do is look at the problems for 3, B, C, D, and E. Fill in the values that match with the units on my paper. Do your converting, putting in the correct values from this chart, and you should be good to go. Now, there is one unit, one conversion factor I'm not giving to you, all right? But I would hope you guys could do this. Right here, $1 equals how many cents? How many pennies? All right, you got 100 pennies with that. I guess I should put the C at the, there we go. Let's do that right. Should be like that. All right, that's the only one I didn't give to you on that. So go through those, have those all finished up tomorrow, and I will definitely be in on Wednesday. All right? If you got questions or problems, you can email me, and I'll try to get those in between my son's MRI and heading back home. All right? Take care.